Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Arcanum. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the underground market. We're gonna talk to Mr. Black over here, because I think he's the one that actually sells and buys things. Do I look like a fence? I would buy that, he says. Obviously stolen. Yeah, it is, but you live in the black market, what are you talking about? Also, you send sure, whatever. So, we're here because last episode we got a perfume, I believe. So, Naphtha water, or whatever that is. Yes, we have been waiting the arrival of that piece. 150 coin. Well, that's not worth it, but it is my pleasure. We also didn't get, last episode, Madame Leal's music box, which is totally fine. We have a couple of other places that I need to go to get some other things. We have the Zoological Society, I believe that's where I need to go. And also I need to go to Polton Cross, to Mr. Fitzgerald, but I don't know where Polton Cross is. We got Devonshire over here. It might be anywhere. I'm not really sure. And let's just check on our quests over here because I'm not sure I'm gonna do that right now. I have my notes. I can come back and do that when I want to, when I need to. So I need to retrieve the Blade of Xerxes to enable you to slay the demon Lanamalak and my hiccups. And then we have a bunch of other stuff that we also need to do. So let's go on a boat. And let's go to the Isle of Trolls, or whatever. I'm not really sure what that's all going to be about. But if I can also find the book of the Blade of Xerxes, then I suppose that's also a good thing. Let's just see what this is. Hello, mister. Definitely didn't steal anything, because there was nothing to steal. Oh, it's an amazing city. Let's go to the Half-Ogre Island. Passage, okay, we're good. 100 coin per head is perfectly acceptable. It's also the same fare that we got. Ooh. Where are we, I wonder? Well, it's loading. It doesn't let me look at the map, not on the normal map side, but maybe that's the Blade of Xerxes. Well, thank you. That's where we are. Yeah. Okay. Let's explore. Is anybody around? Am I over encumbered? I am mediumly encumbered. That would be because of the medical arachnid. There it is. No longer. There he is. Fantastic. That's pretty good. What do we have? Oh, we have the map. Interesting. Well, we're outside where we're supposed to go, I suppose. But I don't know if I'm supposed to do no, I'm supposed to do exploration like this. I would say. What? There's a forest? And there's multicolored trees. I like it. This is a magical forest, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We got even this thing over here that looks pretty cool, actually. I don't know if there's trees like that, but that looks pretty awesome. Okay, there's nothing here for us. No, there's nothing. I saw the little red dot, but it wasn't anything. So let's just circle the island first. See if there's anything for us to find. We might have missed something on the starting point. Okay. Okay, so this is a forest island. That's gonna make it very hard to see things. So let's talk to the captain and see if he knows anything about any of these. Hello, sir. No, I'm not. I'm certainly not ready to return to Caledon, sir. You need to check yourself, please. Oh boy, I'm also completely blocked. Not blocked. Okay, great. So I have a lot of healing salves. I think I'm just gonna dump them. Yeah, they're just mostly weighing me down. It's like 200 pounds of stuff. So let's go through the middle, basically. It's the only thing we haven't explored. What? Am I supposed to explore things like this? No. I'm not. I'm not supposed to do that, right? Holy. I'm missing some. It's in the starter area. It has to be. It has to be in the starter area. Right? Let's look at the map here. It's a big black square over there, but I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. Let's follow the brown patch this way. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Look at that. It's even map. Yeah. Okay, then we know that there's nothing on the island. At least not as far as we can tell. And there we go. We got a factory. Well, or you know, it's well, according to our data. Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anybody around? Not really. That's interesting. No, there's another. Huh. Okay. And there's a half-ogre laboratory journal. Oh, I got another fate thing. Experiment section, no, wait a minute. 1004A, section 5. The male human, female half-ogre, the couple producing offspring, sorry. Also off-screen, seems to be an extremely rare occurrence and cannot be depended on for significant numbers. The female human male half-ogre experiments fare much better, but with 100% loss of hosts. Oh, so they die on birth. Okay. Our rate of experimentation has increased with the new influx of female subjects from the lower part of society. The lower part of society? Yes. You mean from the lower classes. Not from the lower societas. It's the classes. It's the classes. These new hosts cannot even be relied upon to go to term, being in such poor health, suffering from common ailments those living in this manner are subject to. A healthier source of subject would help immensely, as I have some new surgical ideas I would like to implement, but the subjects I have to work with would not hold up under the knife. The new surgical techniques we are applying have reduced the numbers of fatalities by removing the unborn before term. The hosts seem to be viable for 3 harvests before their bodies fail. Why did you quote harvests? What are you supposed to be? What kind of who would do any of this thing, then write any of this, and then still have an issue with the way they call it harvests? They're not calling it subjects. They're not calling it there was another term that was completely inhumane. Influx. It's just, what's the problem with... Anyway, some of my less dedicated colleagues have had to be dismissed again with this, as they were expressing doubts about our new female host. Oh, they have a new female host. I thought there were many. I have no such compunctions. Once they are here, they are a number to me and nothing more. Yeah, can you drive that? No. You didn't write harvests without quotations, so screw you. You love them all. You suffer so much, and you suffer really a lot because you are killing them and putting them through terrible things. So yeah, screw you. No, they're not a number. Nope. I don't know who this person is, but oh, thank you. But yeah, I don't believe you. What do I have? Nothing. Thank you, Jaina. You're a darling. Okay, what do I have? Yeah, I thought they had many because, you know, experiments, you need control groups and all that sort of stuff, and especially to come to the conclusions that they came to. These are vats of blood. What exactly happened in the quest? Oh, it's just proof. No, it's not proof. Well, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. There's nothing here for us. These stupid traps. There's nothing here for us. And we're already outside of the map. Unless I'm missing something, of course. I'm gonna go back inside to see if there's an underground area or something like that. But getting the extra fate point is definitely helpful. I'd like to have at least one for the end game. I think I'm just gonna save them from now on. We could use the fate point that we have, or the fate that we had, the one that we had, for stealing the music box. I kind of considered it, but eh. Oh, that's my arachnid back there being all screwed up. That's all fine. Okay, there's nothing for me. Dang it! These machines are all broken, electrocuting me. It's nasty. Let's go. Stop fixing me, Jaina. Fix the arachnid. He's the one that fixes me better than you, I think. I never really get too much of a benefit from that. But anyway. Oh, she got to heal me again. You guys could just not wet your boots, because like I hear that's bad for them and for you. Let's see. Hey, yes, I'm bad. I'm ready. Let's go. Oh boy. Okay, so we need to go back to Caledon. Wait a minute, Caledon? Well, I suppose that's where I want to go, but that's not where I came from. So we got a couple of things to do over here. First off, we need to talk to Tyron, whatever his name is, and tell him and show him proof. Also, we need to go back to to do this quest. Accepted Maxwell Divinations of Magic. That's the one. I need to go to Adam Maxwell, and I need to remember who it is. That is Adam Maxwell. Hello, sir. I don't remember where he is. Thought he was in one of these. Yeah, thought he was over here or something. Sobbing Onion. Huh. Also, I don't know where Tyron is. Or Tyron or something. Mr. Razia. Oh, I had a note over here for Mr. Razia. What did I have? Oh, just a note. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna talk to him nonetheless. So I have some questions about a passport you made. I do not know what you're talking about. I do not make passports. That is against the law. Yeah, Mr. Preston Radcliffe begs to differ. Yeah, we got this. This is in relation to the main quest, I think. Let's see. He looks shocked and slightly afraid. Where did you get that? I found off a body near the IFS Zephyr. I need some information about him. He looks at you warily. Who was it, this man, anyhow? You are not the only person who has been asking questions. Oh, that's bad. Who else has been asking questions? A couple of thugs came by right after the Zephyr left Caledon. They wanted information about him. When I refused to talk, they decided I needed a little encouragement. You see the pain in his eyes. Oh, they punched you in the eyes? Okay. I do not know who they are. I know what it means. So what did you tell him? I told him that I had made him a passport, that he had chosen Preston Radcliffe as his name, a gnome from Tarrant. I also informed them that they were too late. He had just departed on the Zephyr and there was nothing they could do about it, or so I had thought. Yeah, well, you don't know that they actually sent him down if you don't know any of this. You don't know that they had a machine that flew and brought down the Zephyr and all that sort of stuff. Or maybe he did, I don't know what the newspaper said. So what did they do? They were insistent. Apparently, they said they were insistent, because that's why I'm quoting it, that I give them information on how to get to the Zephyr. I laughed bitterly and told them they were out of their minds. Crazy old Maxim had built the Zephyr in his factory outside of town, and it was one of a kind beast. So you told them there was the factory, where the factory was? I thought nothing of it. Everyone knew where Maxim's factory was. It was that very night that it was burned to the ground. That is all I know. Well, thank you. I've been most helpful. Okay. Greetings, Mr. Razia. I have something you're looking for. No, I have not. I need to go to the other guy. Good sir, do you want to trade with me? No. Do you like stolen things? I don't have many stolen things. You have bullets. I can get them. It's only 20. Not really interested. Not really my thing. The rest of the stuff, yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, so I need to find this. I think they're all in the northwest part of town. So Lanamalak, I still don't have that. I need to go. Well, easily enough I can go to meet. What was his name? I don't remember his name, but Lanamalak, the host of Lanamalak, easy to go to him. The problem is I need the Blade of Xerxes or whatever. So that's going to be a little bit of a trip. I do believe that Adam Radcliffe or whatever the person that I need to meet is around here to the north or east. It's whichever way you want. It's just I'm always going to say north over here because I don't know. I'm not good at whatever direction this is. This is the museum. I stole all the things from the museum. I didn't. I just stole one thing. I don't even remember what it was. Actually, wait, was that where I got the book? It might have been where I got the book. Hi. Oh, this is where Tyron is. Maybe. I'm glad you are here. You were working with Tyron, were you not? Yeah. Where is he? I don't know. I was meant to meet him here. We were to exchange information. Yeah, I don't believe you. What have you done with him? I could be asking you the same thing. No, you couldn't. I just arrived. No, you couldn't. No, just you couldn't. Oh, I could be. No, you couldn't. Barging it. No, I didn't. And if I have been a colleague of his for quite some time. No, you lie. And he never mentioned you. No, he didn't, because I'm not a colleague. But I do not know who you are and what you have recently acquired. Something that could be damning to certain parties, yes? Perhaps. Is he asking? I'm not going to give you that. I see. You are wary. That is smart, as the trail we are following is a dangerous one, he thinks for a moment. Very well, I will share with you the information I have gathered. That's good. You're not going to ask me for the thing I have. And you can decide for yourself whether to believe me or not. I'm not certain how much of it I believe myself, but this is what I have found out. Okay. About 55 years ago, that's 250s, a group of gnomes from various parts of Arcanum began to acquire large amounts of money from the investments in the new technology. In the new technology, yes. There was this new technology that apparently everybody knows that As their wealth and perceived influence began to grow, age-of-old prejudices began to surface. No, not age-of-old. Age-old, sorry, I misread. Gnomes were thought to be miserly thieves. The old races did not trust them to gain power. Okay. There were thefts, beatings and threats, mysterious letters in the night. Oh, the horror. Warning the little gnomes. Apparently, that's the quote. That's properly used right there. The little gnomes, they said, to keep to their place. The gnomes tried human bodyguards to no avail. Any human that would be a bodyguard to a gnome at the time was, by definition, an untrustworthy, shiftless sort. Shiftless sort. What? I suppose shifty sort. I don't know. At first, they tried unsuccessfully to breed elves and orcs with some bestial magic hybrid to do their bidding. Oh yeah, the gnomes did this. The Siamese twins. Exactly. But you know all about what happened with them now, don't you? It was a foolhardy idea to begin with. At any rate, orcs have a natural dislike for gnomes, and the gnomes needed something much more docile. Okay. The next obvious choice seemed to be the half-ogres. Tired of being hunted, and the promise of large amounts of food gained the gnomes extremely loyal bodyguards. But there was a problem. An half-ogre was a very rare thing in those days, and with good scientific reasons for it being so. You mean, what? Good reasons. Just good reasons. Scientific is the study of those reasons. And the gnomes without bodyguards were used as leverage against those protected. The greatest concentration of these gnomes were in Tarant, which was still a monarchy at the time. They pleaded with the king for his help, but the last thing the king wanted was a group of rich banker gnomes with power in his kingdom. Okay, what? So, were they thieves, or were they bankers? Or were they both? Did they steal the banks? Did they rob the banks, I mean? Maybe that's what it was. The beatings continued, and the king and his court turned a blind eye to their plight. That was when, well, let's call Mr. X decided to act. Mr. X. Yes, he hired a prostitute to go home with him one evening. Like many would do, I suppose. And he locked her in his basement. Well, like, I suppose probably a lot of would do, because these are all terrible people anyway. Where he also happened to be keeping a full-blooded ogre. You can imagine what happened then. They played some cards and had some tea, and that was that for the night. No, she died giving birth, as was to be expected, but Mr. X now had his future bodyguard. Well, what was to be expected, actually, was that they wouldn't have offspring, because that's what species means. Although they call it races, but then again they don't. They just don't know how to, because like an elf is not of the same race as a human, in normal terms anyway. But then again, depends on the setting. It definitely depends on the setting. Like, so, for example, if you look at Shadowrun is a very interesting way of making of the origin of the races, and they are all Homo sapiens. Well, I guess Homo would be. I think the species is Homo. I believe that is what it is, and then sapiens, and I think those are the races. I'm not really sure how that goes, but that's the thing. Race allows for interbreeding. That's the definition of what it is. Like, for example, dogs have different races, and they can interbreed. But the species themselves is a lot rarer, so usually they wouldn't do, like a dog and a wolf. I think that's not... I'm pretty sure they are not... like, you can't have offspring between a dog and a wolf. Unless rare occasions, because there's always rare occasions where that happens. You know, even when there's coupling, I believe, is the correct term here. But anyway, let's see. Mr. X had this future... So basically, this means that ogres and humans would be the same species, rather than just different species, which is probably what would actually be the case, because they're very different, and I suppose come from different gods that created them and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, but now Mr. X had his future bodyguard. He recruited some other gnomes, and kidnappings began in earnest. What happened then? For safety's sake, they set up a breeding laboratory on the island you visited. Their plan wasn't working out as well as they had hoped, as the women all died giving birth, and the more prostitutes that disappeared, the more authorities were looking into their affairs. They decided to try surgical means of delivery, but the women were too sickly to survive that as well. Okay. This is when the king's hirelings discovered what was happening. Unfortunately for the king, and I suppose that's why it's all nobody there. Unfortunately for the king, though, the gnomes had become incredibly rich in his time. Rich enough, in fact, to purchase the king's murder. And the kidnapping, well, I guess you can just kill him. You don't need to purchase it. I suppose if you have ogres, you just go there and murder the king. And the kidnapping of the queen and her young son. Rumors began circulating immediately, pointing to the queen as the killer of her husband. So the queen was brought to the island, wasn't she? Yes, she was the patient in the first successful operation. She mothered 3 before she passed, I believe. Soon after, the Industrial Council gained power in Tarant. The disappearances of prostitutes began to slow down, but a mysterious rash of disappearances of the wives and daughters of the political enemies of the council began. Oh, yeah. Apparently that's horrible. The prostitutions wasn't. Yeah. They were only lasted for a short time, however, as they had now bred enough half-ogre females to no longer need to rely on human breeders. They have hundreds of them now, kept in cages on a breeding farm somewhere. They keep this whole thing in a cloud of mystery by releasing half-truths, lies, and even real information through unstable individuals like Tyron. So no one believes any of it? Exactly. Everyone believes it to be the imaginings of madmen and paranoids. Is this all true? That's a good question. We must not be too anxious to believe it because we want it to be true. Or to, well, I definitely don't want it to be true. But anyway, or too anxious to disbelieve it because we want it to be false. Well, I suppose that makes more sense the way the whole sentence went. We must remain neutral in our decisions as to whether it is true or not. Actually, we must remain unbiased. Neutrality is a different thing. It's a very different thing. The unbiased here would mean what he's saying. Neutrality... Well, I know it's a different thing. I can't explain it right now because I don't want to explain it wrong, basically. But anyway, that's absurd. It's either true or it isn't. No, it's not what he's saying. That's not absurd. It really isn't what he's saying. Shut up. Shut up. I'll bring proof of the press. I'll expose this whole thing. What do you have? Nothing. No, I'll bring proof. I will have something. You have a journal. Yes, that's right. There's no proof. And there was left of you to find on purpose, which could have been written last week. Indeed, that's no proof. What have you seen? Why, I believe you saw an abandoned warehouse. Nothing more, save what your twisted imagination made it out to be. Well, what the book made it out to be. Although, you know, what are words if not imagination, indeed. So, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? What do you mean? Is he being depicted by the game as evil? I think it might be. We always need more converts to spread the word. We might have had real information, but now we don't know anything. What have I told you that is real? Feel free to tell anyone everything I have told you. I'm sure the press would love to hear. Oh, so he is depicted as being the bad guy.
Hey, I don't understand why we're attacking such a decent time. I won't do
Okay.
this for much longer.
Sorry, Magnus. I'm really having trouble hitting this guy. Good for him. He's not having trouble hitting me, though. I have friends. There it is. I think he was being depicted as being the bad guy.
It is done.
And, yeah, so I did the right thing? He said Tyron wasn't trustworthy. I didn't like him. Anyway, that's going to be that for right now. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Arcanum. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.